Hey traders, Parker here with another indicator, actually an update to the updated version of the irregular bodies indicator. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and comment if you find this video is helpful. And if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. But this is the irregular body indicator. And with this bundle, what you're going to be getting is the irregular bodies 2.0, the true volume bicep pressure, and the bicep pressure average. And these are the labels for it. Right now, I have everything. Should have been stuck to a 12, but let's push that back to 6 because I'm on a 10-minute chart. 6 bars to give me an hour worth of data. And I'm not gonna. I'm going to change it. Go ahead and change it as well because I'm gonna change because if you those who are familiar with the indicator, you can know there's two different versions of it within it. So right now, what you're seeing with these irregular bodies are this body is smaller than the preceding body, but it has more volume than the previous body. Same situation with this white candle as well. It's smaller than this candle, but it has more volume, which indicates pressure. And this pressure right here is pressure to the downside, even though price tried to push up. And you can see the long wick right there indicating that pressure is true. Same situation down here. You can see this lower wick is indicating the same thing, that it's buying pressure in this area. So those represents those normal irregular bodies, but I added in the other irregular bodies as well. With these candles right here, you have bigger bodies than the previous candle, but yet they have lesser volume. Same situation down here. You have lesser volume but a bigger body. So Anna Coilling called it traps. And that's exactly what you need to be looking out for. As you can see, this trap right here is showing you, hey, it's a green candle, but because of the way the volume that's in this candle and this body is showing there's a trap, it looks bullish to go up, but it's indicating that it's actually a place of resistance. Same situation with this lower, with this one right here on this red candle. You can see this actually at their support, but it actually got breached down, but it took a lot of volume to break it down. Same situation is happening down here. This was acting as a support area, but it's actually breaking back down into the main support area on the SPY. So I'm hoping that the SPY does hold this area, but if it doesn't, hopefully it holds this line that I drew from the volume profile. So that's the irregular bodies 2.0, and you can see how it acts as support and resistance. And we can go, one of the things I wanted to show you, this is a larger time frame. This is the hourly time frame, and I believe I have these set at, the only reason why I'm changing this now, even though it's saying original, I'm going to switch it up to the actual average, and it's going to show you a different point of view when things are above average volume. So right now we looking at the SPY, and you see this big red candle right here is representing that same pressure from that 10-minute chart. And you can see yesterday they traded all day within this range of this candle's wick right here. It traded all in that range yesterday and finally broke out after hours, but it couldn't sustain it. As you can see, it's breaking down as we're looking at it. SPY is breaking down as we're looking at it, and as you can see right here, this body is larger than the previous body, so that's why you're getting that line indicating, or you're indicating that this is a irregular body, but you have to wait for this candle to be finished before you can call it that. And you can look down here in the volume as well, that this is a huge amount of volume on this candle right here. And you can see that this, and you got the indicator down here in the volume as well, that hey, this is a smaller body than the previous body, but the volume is greater, and that's why you got this blue cyan triangle, and you have this magenta triangle trying to form, but we have to wait for this candle to actually close. And this is on an hourly chart, and you can look at it. It's 11:10 right now, so we're not going to wait on that, but it could work out as support because SPY's bounced at this area before. and we can actually just spread it out. You can see where SPY actually bounced on this same line right here. So hopefully it gets another bounce. But if this today closes below this line, you could probably expect a more downturn for the SPY. Going to the next indicator with these labels, you have the bar average, and you have the percent buying versus selling percentage on average. So on average, it's 72% more selling than it is buying on the hourly candle. Same situation here on the daily. I think I still have my day set for 21, but you can change it. I'll change it now to a 5. We'll get a better reading on it. So on 5-day average, there's been 33% more selling than buying in the SPY. Same situation with the weekly and the monthly as well. You can see it's -8. So on the weekly, I think I have that set. I think I still have that set at 52. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to 3. So we'll look at it on a 3-week average. And it's on the weekly, it's giving me 39 now %. And on the monthly, I would change that. Let's see, on the monthly, let's change it to, I'm going to change the monthly to a 3 month. And right now I have the year at 2. So over a 3-month average, there's been more selling than buying on the S&P 500. And that's 59% more selling than buying over a 3-month period on the SPY. But you can see right here, it's trying to form this other irregular body right here where the volume is less than the previous candle, yet the body is greater, which is kind of serves as a divergence or a fake out, as Anna Coilling likes to call it. So we'll move over to the actual day chart. And you can see the same thing forming here on the day as well. In the same area where it caught this bounce, it's forming an irregular body. But we have to wait for this candle to finish to say, hey, it is a irregular body for confirmation. This pink line that I drew is just a point of control, previous point of control over here at 387. So I'm counting on that too to hold up the SPY as well. But you can see how this close is breaking down below it. And it actually got this bounce from this day and this day as well. But something I found interesting when I was looking at the indicator was when I went back 5 years and I put on a monthly chart. This is what I found. This huge support area for the SPY. So I'm hoping that this area actually acts as a support area. And SPY gets a bounce from here. And this is on the 5-year monthly chart. And if I'm correct, this is March 2021. And that's really when a lot of things started turning around as well. So we can go all the way back here. This March 20. Yep. This is when the pandemic happened. So this would be, let's go back. Yeah. Is this February when everything collapsed? Everything came back into it. And if you look down there, you can see there's a smidget of a cloud. So let's push it even further to 10 years and see if we can see that cloud. And you can actually see right here, everything stopped on this point right here with this cloud over here on this irregular body. So one of the other features of the indicator, you can actually add those extra lines to it, just like you can do on the previous indicator. And you can see right now, I have in dark red how during the pandemic, everything just stopped. Even though it broke through all these different irregular body supports or support areas, it actually came down here and acted bounced off this irregular body, previous irregular body from a year or two ago. Let's see, what year is this? from this time period right here, 2017. So it actually bounced off of this area. You can see all these candles, how they was bouncing off that area, and buyers came in and bought the SPY back up. And so what I'm hoping is the same situation here. If there can be enough buyers or coming into this situation to push it back above, because it did break down below this area of support. And we can go to the weekly as well to see what it has to offer. I'm going to put it back on 5 years and go to the weekly. And this is just another way of you doing your technical analysis. And it works out pretty good. At least I found that it worked out pretty good. You can see these previous areas right here where everything's, you could get a bounce or support area right here with the SPY. And as you can see, the labels won't work on anything higher than a daily period. So we can go back to the daily period. And you can see with the year, right now I have it set on 2, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on 1. Before I do that, I just wanted to recognize it. So right now, over a 2-year period, there's been 8% more selling than buying. So we'll push it to 3. But over a 2-year period, there's been 8% more selling than buying on average. And I'm gonna switch it to 1, and it's gonna look devastating. So this entire year has been 98% more selling than buying, and I don't think anybody will argue me on that point. But those are the volume labels, and these are the irregular bodies 2.0. And with the volume indicator down here, with the true volume buy sell pressure average, I did the same thing I did before with the price channels. I added in a volume channel where it would show the highest volume for that period, whatever your selected period is. Right now I have 21. For a 21 period volume, so this is the highest period right there, and then it'll cross down below. I added a mid period as well, but I got rid of the low one because it wasn't helpful. It really isn't helpful. But because every time you get a new candle, that low is going to be subjected to that new low of that candle that's been created. But the 50 and the high of that 50 and the high of that period works out pretty well. The colors within the candles, you have this white candle. This is a bullish candle, which is ultra high volume. You have this light candle, which is below average volume. You have the bright green, which is above average volume. And then you have the dark green, which is ultra low volume for whatever your average is. You have the yellow for ultra high volume. Then you have red, bright red for your above average volume. You have this orange color for your below average volume. And then you have dark red candles for your below ultra low volume, well below average volume. The way that works out is this. You can come over here and you can dictate what you consider ultra low volume by changing this percentage right here. Right now I have it set at 25%. So if that volume is lower than 25% of the less than 75% of the candle, I'm gonna say 25% of the candle, then it's considered ultra low for me. You can manipulate it by putting 50, 35, whatever you want to put in there. Just know that whatever you put in there is gonna show us a percentage, and volume, the average volume is gonna be subtracted. Subtract that percentage from that and give you your ultra low. You can come in, you can see your anomaly bodies. As you can see with your irregular body, and then you have your irregular body volume. With the irregular body, that's the one that's this range is smaller. It's smaller than the preceding candle, and its volume is greater. While the irregular body volume, its range is less than, why its range is actually greater while its volume is less. So that'll be That'll be your divergence there. You have the upper band color. You can change that, mid band, and true volume. All this stuff change colors accordingly. What I said earlier. But if this doesn't help you out, you can change any of that stuff. And with the volume, you can go down here. You can change all of this as well to whatever you see fit. And these clouds, this white cloud is the average volume, and this purple or magenta cloud is the ultra high average cloud. And that's pretty much the end of the video. And you can get this indicator in the description. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comment section. And once again, I appreciate you guys for listening to what I had to say. And God bless and stay safe out there in the markets.